Hello, this is Minaj Patel from the EIA Capital Group. Today is April 18th, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency market. Before we begin, this is our normal disclaimer. This is to state this is for educational use only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are my contact details. You can reach me here at mpatel@eiicapital.com. You could also access our website, ichimokutrade.com. To access any of our free videos that's available out there. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin by going straight to the map. If you haven't listened to these videos before, we have what we call a rating system, Ichimoku rating system, and the way it is that D0 represents the rating today. D5 represents the rating from 5 days ago, which is a daily time frame. W0 represents the weekly Ichimoku rating, and W1 represents the Ichimoku rating from 1 week ago. Okay, and what we're looking for is basically on D0, which is the current daily rating, we're looking for 5 to 8 being bullish, and -5 to -8 being bearish. Okay, and what we're really looking for is a 5 or -5 with the previous week, either lower or higher based on that, along with the weekly time frame conforming to our trend. Okay, so if we scroll down here, you look at it, EURUSD hasn't really changed anything. The pound USD got a little stronger here. We'll go look at that. Okay, keep on moving downward. New Zealand USD got stronger on the daily time frame. They're still strong. Australian USD got stronger. They may have got a little weak because of the move today, but they're still strong. Remember, this is taken into account today. That's from 5 days ago, so this may have been an 8 and moved down today due to all the moves. Okay, US CAD is still bearish, hasn't really moved. US FTSE got even more stronger to the bearish side. Australian yen, don't really see anything there. Remember, we're looking for a 5 or 4. This got weaker, so we're really not looking at that at all. This got weaker too. That really doesn't look like any opportunities there. This got weaker. EURUSD GBPUSD, we'll definitely take a look at that one. That looks like an opportunity. That got weaker. That got weaker. This got weaker. So Euro Australian. So EURUSD and Euro Australian, we'll definitely look at. Could be some opportunities because the weeklies are weak. Okay, Euro New Zealand, also another one. Well, but the weeklies okay. It seems like basically Euro got weaker, and those are the opportunities there. Taking a look here, there's nothing there. Here's one here, but look at the weekly. There's nothing really there. So not much this week as far as currencies are concerned. As far as today, in regards to a trend. So let's go and start looking at some charts, and we'll go from there. Remember, on the left hand side is a weekly time frame, right hand side is our daily time frame. If you look today, if you look at the weekly, we are bullish trending. We got a little overextended here, which we talked about last week. We needed a pullback. We got the pullback today, and you could see that we came all the way to the Kijun-sen. We bounced off the Kijun-sen, and now we're kind of into the next day since it's 5:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so if you look at the EURUSD, it's still bullish trending right now. It looks like it's trying to do a pullback. It's got to the Kijun-sen today, went down there and kind of pulled back up. But this does look like it needs a little more of a pullback. So the key is going to be this level of 41.87, whether it's going to hold today moving forward, or if it's going to continue to move down. If it breaks the 41.87, it's definitely going to probably get to about 1.4022. And then after that, if it breaks that, it does have a possibility going all the way to 36.96. Don't believe it's going to do that at all. I think the biggest pullback we're going to have is about the 40.22, and we're going to hold there. And at that point, there may be some opportunities to go long again as far as the EURUSD is concerned. If you look at the pound USD, let's zoom in some. If you look here on the weekly, We are bullish trending. We got to this major resistance level, which is right here. We've held it. We've pulled back to the Tinkinson. We're kind of holding there right now. So this thing really needs to start moving up. This thing's got about this week and next week kind of to move up and break this resistance level here, 64.21. If it does, then it's really going to start a bullish momentum to the top side and go higher. If you look at the daily time frame, you could see it's just kind of like doing a fake double top here, or fake triple top, or head and shoulder pattern, whatever you want to call. However, there's no time to go bearish at all in this currency pair. It's got to break down below 61.81 before you could even think about that. It held today at 61.81, and it looks like it's holding right now, but only time will tell which way to go for this guy. Let's go look at some of the yen pairs. Let's look at the US yen. Yen got extremely strong today, and you could see that from here. If you could look at the weekly time frame, you could see that it got stronger here. You got a major pullback. Remember this big gap here, this big gap up. You've kind of refilled more than 50% of that for this gap part right there. It looks like it's trying to get to the Tinkinson, which is at 80.95. Only time will tell if it's going to get there, but it does look strong than trying to pull back to that level and kind of get back to this level before this big gap came in where the government intervened. If you look here on the daily time frame, you could see it's between the Tinkinson and Cadenson, so we're below that level, and 80.95 is definitely a key level here too. So only time will tell what's going to happen here, but there's no trade right now if you're not in a trade already for this. Okay, let's go look at US CAD. We have a lot of Canadian subscribers, so go look at this guy. We're going to remove our little alert here. Excuse me, I've got a little cold. If you look at the weekly time frame, we're still bearish trending, very strong. Major support level is 97.49, and if you look over here, it's got to break that 97.49 level before we could even think about going long. But it's kind of a good move today. If you look at it, moved up all the way, but it did sit there and close right below the 50% mark of today, which is not good at all. So the bulls couldn't keep this thing up. The key thing is to see a follow through today, and tomorrow, or today, whichever one you want to call it, in this next bar that's forming, and follow through and trying to get to the 97.49. Once it gets to 97.49, that's going to be a key level to see exactly what's going to happen in moving forward. Let's go look at some Australian USD. Australian USD, you could see still very, very strong to the top side. Got a minor pullback here, not even much on daily time frame at all. This thing's still going up very strong, as you can see. We really need a major pullback or medium pullback before we even look at entering this currency pair at all. Some of the others that we had on our list based on the heat map: EURUSD. If you look at the EURUSD, if you look at the weekly time frame, it bounced off the major support level last week, which was 31.16. That's where you really should have gotten short on this one, and you could see it kind of formed a double top here. So this does look like it's trying to come back all the way down here to the 1.250 level. But if you look at the daily time frame, you could see the price has gone below the Cadenson. It's gone there. Things are kind of in a state of influx. This thing really needs a pullback before it sits there and goes lower. But this definitely, I'll start looking for a daily trade to the bearish side, but you need a pullback to the top side before this thing really starts going down lower. If it continues to move down, I definitely wouldn't enter it at all without a pullback, because it's just not going to be healthy at all for this thing at all to do that. US SWITSI, if you look at US SWITSI, it's still bearish. In the weekly time frame, you could see it's kind of hanging around here at a major support level at 88.71. You could see that from the daily time frame here. But this thing is still very, very strong and has potential of keep on going down lower, believe it or not. Probably 2 or 3 more days, you're going to be able to tell if this thing's going to form a double bottom or if it's actually going to break down even further. Let's go look at Euro Australian. If you look at our Euro Australian, the weekly time frame, If you look here, it went all the way to the cloud, bounced off the cloud. Now we're below the Kijun again here. There's a lot of influx here on as far as the Ichimoku indicators here are concerned. So we kind of need things to equalize over here. If you look at the daily time frame here, we're basically in the cloud, so we're consolidating, so there's no trade at all. What we really need to see is this thing to kind of go sideways a little and then start breaking down, which will equalize both the daily and the weekly time frame. So that'll give us really good opportunities there. But EURUSD probably looks like the best trade out there right now, and start looking for any opportunities out there. One currency pair we keep on forgetting to include every week is New Zealand USD, and I don't know why, because that's been very, very strong. If you look at the weekly time frame here, we've kind of got a little double top here as far as today is concerned. You kind of need a pullback here for things to kind of equalize. So the New Zealand USD kind of needs a little pullback before it could keep on going. Do not think that's a double top yet unless it breaks below 75.57. Remember, this is weekly time frame too. If you look at the daily time frame, you can see this thing is very, very strong. Hasn't even penetrated the Kijun at all. So you really need a healthy pullback. Possibly to 77.13, or even better would be 75.57 if we could get it. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you.